Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick update for you because it's been a while. We tried so hard to do a little video for you when we were outside and it just did not go well. The kids pretty much screamed the entire time, the entire evening. It's been one of those days. So I did want to go ahead and just briefly touch on the different things going on. I'm trying to think where to even start. The harvest is coming very soon. We have a lot of building projects going on right now. I will show you some pictures, but I've been orientating, so I really haven't even been around that much, and the family doesn't like me sharing a lot of those details on the internet. So you'll see more coming with that, but there's a lot of exciting things going on with that. But I will show you pictures of the day the kids and I went and just kind of nosed around. So I started my new job, as you guys know. I love it. It's an amazing department. It's really been a dream to be able to be in this kind of department. I won't really give that away right away. I don't want to jinx it, to be perfectly honest. So far, everyone I work with has been amazing, and so it's been a real gift. It's been good, very, very good. And good for our family. I was very nervous to go to nights, but I'm kind of a night owl anyway, and so it's like I get it out of my system for one night and then I am like a drill sergeant the rest of the week, like we're going to bed now, kind of thing. But it's been really good, and it's been great for Rhett and his schedule, and it's been awesome. So there's that. I'm trying to think of what I tried to get footage of. We are going to be redoing the shed. We are not getting sheep. We tried so hard. As I said in the post that most of you have probably seen on Instagram and Facebook, we tried so hard to talk Daddy into sheep. He wouldn't give. But we are going to get bottle calves, and so I'm really excited about that because that'll be a lot of fun. We have a calf right now, Crazy Kate. She is psycho. I don't even let the kids near her. She is with the cows now, so she's gotten a lot better, but it's been interesting. I tried to get footage of that, but it didn't work out. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, the shed. We're going to be redoing the shed. It's not as bad of a junk shed as I've seen in my lifetime, but it definitely was kind of a free-for-all for a while, and so the kids and I are going to clean that up. It shouldn't be too hard, knock on wood, but it will take a little bit of elbow grease, and of course there's just so many things for the kids to explore, and that, you know, just it takes so much longer for me. Let's see. Oh, so the chicken exit that I kind of showed, I don't know, that was a big ordeal. It was going to be a big ordeal, but we ended up just digging a hole for an entrance for our chickens. We were gonna do some remodeling of the shed, but once we decided to use the other shed, we could move things around in the chicken shed, and that's now going to be a feed shed, so that'll be really exciting. That's going to be a huge change for us, but we solved the problem by just digging a hole for the chickens. Instead of making like a doggy door, we made a chicken hole. It's been great though. We only have one duck now. It's been kind of sad, but with a rambunctious calf, we only have one duck now. It's his life, isn't it? Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh man, harvest will probably be about 3 weeks, so I will try to get those videos out for you as soon as possible, but they have to finish. They're putting up a new leg, a new grain system, so that's really exciting, and I don't know, they're going to be pushing it. It's going to be, yeah. We may, harvest may be delayed this year because of that. Let's see, what else? Oh, the rocks. So we used all of the rocks that we picked up to make a little rock wall on our garden. The garden. We are starting a cold weather garden. I don't know if you guys knew this, but peas and lettuce are wonderful cold weather vegetables. And so we are having a second season garden. Our first planting did not go well. I don't know, the seeds just didn't even germinate. I think I used more old seeds than I realized, and so they just didn't even come up. I think 4 plants came up out of that whole area. But the kids and I just replanted today, and that should go better with new seeds that I just bought. So That's been great. It's funny because as you guys saw the tomatoes, Rhett and I hate tomatoes. Neither one of us will really eat tomatoes. I will eat them, but I am choking them down. And the kids just eat them all the time. I'm trying to think. There's been so many changes. But anyway, the kids and I did that all by ourselves. I'm pretty proud of us, to be perfectly honest. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what else. So I got a new phone cover, except I'm really mad about it. I'll tell you more about that later. That's all I can think of for now. Supper is like, yeah, I need to get to that. But it was great seeing you. I will try to think of more things to update you on later. Also want to add, the goats are earning their keep by clearing the brush in our timber. So that's been really fun. Let me pull up some footage for you on that. I would like to think that I would have time in the morning to get the footage that I was going to try to get tonight, but based on how today went, I'm just not going to hold my breath for that. So let's see. Crazy Kate. I want to touch a little bit more on Crazy Kate because that's kind of a fun story. I will do a video on that because she's pretty cute, but she is like a psycho calf. The day we got her, she got out and we ended up chasing her all over the cow pasture. This little tiny calf just chasing her everywhere. And she finally calmed down thanks to the goats, but let's just say she's really nice when you have her bottle, but otherwise I won't even let the kids in the pen because she's like trying to run us over. So we needed to sell her, but she does really well with the cows. She's in the cow pasture now and doing really well, and of course she's super sweet. You know, when you have your bottle, she'll run right up to us on the side-by-side and everything. But it's kind of funny because we have this one cow that you just gotta watch her, you know, and they were spraying for flies and stuff this summer. And Rhett's like, you know, I haven't seen that cow. Well, we put 2 and 2 together and realized Crazy Kate is our crazy cow. That's the baby. So no wonder Crazy Kate is crazy. But yeah, it's a fun story. It's a fun story. But anyway, we are going to start bottle calf hobby. Bottle calf hobby. I'm really excited about it. I actually grew up helping Grandpa every single morning, bottle feeding, until my parents moved us to where my parents live now. But I grew up on the farm that had all the dairy calves, and so every morning till I was 8 years old, basically we helped Grandpa feed over 100 bottle calves every morning. So except Sunday, but I'm pretty sure we helped some Sundays. But yeah, so I'm just really excited to do that, even though, well, I should clarify, my dad did hogs, but my grandpa had the dairy calves at the house that my family lived at until I was 8 years old, until my parents built their own house. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It'll be a lot of fun. The kids were so excited about Crazy Kate, and they always ask about her, and they want to bottle feed her so bad, but she would not step near them when they had the bottle. In fact, she usually kind of, you know how calves are cows, they kind of threaten to ram you. That's what would happen every single time. So I got to the point where I was like, you could not step near her, I wouldn't even let them in the pen. But enough about that. So that's really fun. I'm really excited about the calves. I don't think we're gonna go large scale or anything. I think we'll keep it pretty small, but yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens. I was planning on starting that right out of orientation, but now I'm like, I'm gonna give myself a week or two. Yeah, because we gotta clean up the shed, and it's been like almost 100 degrees this week, so or at least it feels like it. It's lower 90s, but it feels like 100. Let's see. So the greenhouse, I think I'm giving up on the greenhouse, and I'm just gonna pay somebody to finish it because I have done everything that I can do. Rhett is, I mean, they've been working on this stuff at the bins a solid month now, and they're gonna be pushing it pretty close for harvest, and so he doesn't have any time that he can do that. And I had made so many plans last year that I had to postpone and just watch certain plants die. It was painful. I shed a few tears. Not really, but probably. But yeah, it was really hard to watch, and so I wasn't going to do that again this year. But again, I've done everything I can do. Yes, it's cheap crap. I did look at the ratings and everything before I bought it. The ratings on it were good. The reviews on it were good. But I don't know. We're having issues with it, and I'm not really sure. But Rhett has a friend that he grew up with, and they're really close in high school, and he is doing a lot of landscaping and just kind of yard care. So I figured that was right up his alley, and I would just take my nice camera and jazz it up and take really nice pictures. I was like, we can take the generator. I can't even talk. We can take the generator out there, put up some Christmas lights, just doll the place up for pictures for you if you help me with this, because yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a project, but I'm excited to get it done. I'm just to the point where it's like, if you have to cut something, cut it or glue it or whatever you gotta do, like just get it done. But it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. But yeah, so the flower farm, if you guys follow Midwest Family Farming on Facebook and Instagram, I did just kind of like a little review post, just kind of like what's been going on, just because I kind of feel like it's been a while and a lot has happened, and yeah, it was just kind of nice for me to just get everything, type it all out and get everything out and just be like, hey guys, this is what's going on, and this is how we're moving forward, I guess. And I had mentioned at the bottom that might be starting flower farm. So I should probably specify that I did not have intentions, I still don't have intentions to be large scale. Actually, the more research I've done, the more I'm leaning towards maybe just, I should establish that I'm only thinking friends and family. I'm not thinking like large scale of any means, because all the research I've done and everyone I've come across basically just throws money at this dream that doesn't make that much money. You can make a lot of money, but it is what it is. And you have to have the resources and all that jazzy stuff. And for me, I guess, I'm like, I can go to work, clock in, clock out, 1 day a week and make in a month what most people are making in a summer. So I'm just thinking for fun. I actually worked in a floral shop for 5 years with a company. I moved locations because of college. But the thing that I've been most surprised by is that a lot of people that do that have no floral experience, like whatsoever. And so they're trying to sell these bouquets, and like, I'm looking at them like, what are you thinking? But yeah, it's geared towards a different crowd. So I'm actually kind of excited about it. I might just stick with bulbs. I might just stick with a spring thing. If I have 5 people at each delivery, each delivery window, which I'll explain that in a minute. I'm just gonna be tickled that somebody would want fresh cut flowers. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, what if you had fresh cut, locally grown flowers that are vase ready, so they're already arranged, they show up at your doorstep. All you have to do is take them out of the packaging and plop them in a vase, and they're the locally grown and all that good jazzy stuff that people are gravitating towards, and they get to support a small business, my kid's college fund, basically. But yeah, I mean, it's not like I wouldn't love to have these flowers anyway, but once I started doing the pricing and kind of looking into other resources, I decided that I would just start really small and probably just stick with spring flowers, and probably not even really tackle too many summer flowers. And then it would just be word of mouth. But I'm pretty excited about it. I'm gonna spend the rest of the summer trying to figure that out. See, I planned on having sheep and goats, and Daddy is just not going for that. Rhett is really against them. But once I did the math, I think this is actually going to be much more profitable in the long run, and which sounds really crazy, but I think if someone could really utilize quality flowers and just honing in on really kind of specializing in what they do, and really just planting like your main flower and then your filler and then like an accent flower and just sticking with those basics, I think this could be very affordable, actually, a very, very affordable thing. So I don't know, that's just kind of my plan. I'm excited about it. It's mostly a hobby. I was kind of typing that up, like laughing to myself, honestly, like we're starting a flower farm. But no, I'm excited to share that because I'm pretty sure that's going down. Pretty confident. But the whole purpose behind all of that is really my in-laws never paid Rhett. They gave him a really fancy car when he graduated college that he could sell and it wouldn't lose its value, basically. And it is still to this day hasn't really lost its value. We baby that thing for sure. And I'm the one that knows because I'm the one that cleans it all the time. But that's what they did. And so Rhett and his sisters never really knew how to manage money because they always just had cash handed to them when they needed it. They were never paid for their work or anything. So I guess I decided I can't expect them to pay my kids. And the investments that we have chosen to make into the farm puts us in a situation where we live off of a really pretty minimal amount of money. I would say we're still very comfortable, to be honest. But we have decided it's going to be better for us, especially while we're young and we just don't have a lot of health issues right now. Ideally it won't come, but let's admit the reality of life is this is probably the cheapest we're gonna be in our life. So I don't know, I should probably edit that out, that doesn't make sense. But we decided it was better to live on a very small amount of money and just really invest back into the farm because we just thought in the long run that would be the best option. So really for what we live off of, I'm kind of thinking like, I don't know that it's going to be wise for us to like pay our kids. And plus my paycheck came from my grandparents, you know, it came from the farm. So I kind of have an issue with like mom and dad paying them. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I know pretty much everybody else does that, but I guess it makes you feel like you worked for it a little bit more when the money is not coming from mom and dad. But because my in-laws never even paid their own kids, I'm just not sure that that's ever really gonna happen. I actually do not get paid, and I haven't for, I don't know, probably about 5 years now, actually, 4 or 5 years. So, you know, it's like I want my kids to have some sort of income that they worked towards and stuff like that. And so I was thinking the sheep and goats would be perfect because they're not as big as cows. The cows, because of our operation, they're going to get mixed in with grandma and grandpa's cows and mommy and daddy's cows, and it's just going to be hard to keep track of everybody's cows. But if you have some cute little sheep and goats, like those aren't going to get mixed in. Daddy's not going to have anything to do with those. Grandma and grandpa are not going to have anything to do with those. They would purely be our projects. But Rhett's just like, you're going to be spending all this money and not making much money, or you're going to be spending all this time and money on feed and not really getting much of a return. So that's where the bottle calves come into play, that at least we can get a return on that. I think it would be really neat to learn, because Rhett's never done this and I grew up around pigs. So you know, really learn how to get into breeding stock. But it's another ballgame. If anyone who does cows, you know, it's just a completely different ballgame as far as nutrition and just the different things that go into that. So I don't know, that's dreaming like way long term, but realistically, I'm used to things that are smaller than me, and so I'm not sure how much we're really going to get into these calves, because little calves grow into big calves, and you know, we're gonna have to figure something out. So anyway, so I just think something small and manageable would be good for the kids, and mostly me. But it'd be good for the kids to really just to have their own money to play with and learn to work with. If you've been around very long, you know my story, that my brothers and I had to pay our own butt through college, and we were all still able to do that debt free. I worked 2 and 3 jobs all through college. My grades would have been a little bit better. They were still pretty good, but they would have been a little bit better if I maybe didn't work so much. But you know, that's something that I'm very proud of, and you know, it's just you value your time at college a lot more. You don't throw your time away. You value your education a lot more. You take it so much more seriously. You don't do as much stupid stuff because you're paying your own bills to be there and investing in your own future. And so I just think that so many good quality life lessons came from that, even though there were hard moments, but we had always worked all our lives, and so of course you can always come back home and work for mom and dad if you need more money, but of course, it wasn't ever that simple. Let's be clear. But you know, it's just so many life lessons that I learned very early and very quickly that I think I want my kids to have, and I want my kids to learn those lessons in an environment where, you know, there's still room to fail. Let's be honest. If I ever needed to come home crying to mom and dad, there was still that option. It wasn't like I was an older adult coming to mom and dad. You're still pretty young, and so I think it's a very good environment to learn how to manage your time and your money. And so I want those for my kids. I want them to be able to have some play money, and even, you know, learning to invest, I think is a big deal. I don't think Rhett and I would be where we are if I hadn't already known those lessons and I hadn't already learned those lessons. It's so funny because his parents are like, we don't even know how you guys survive. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. He'll just come home sometimes and like roll on his eyes and like, Mom, Dad, think they need to pay us more money. And I'm like, no, Mom, don't. And I'm like, what are you saying? Don't do that. Don't tell them that again. But no. Anyway, if you guys are still watching, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. And yeah, I just love sharing with you guys and really encouraging other families. You will start seeing more of that. You will start seeing more of that on Midwest Family Farming at Home very, very shortly. And I think some surprises that you will not be expecting that I think will be really fun too. But it's been awesome that I've actually been able to have my own job and be with the kids, because when I was farming, I never had my own life. I never had my own space, and so it's just been really, really good, and I can't even tell you how well it's worked out, even with the farm, to be doing what we're doing right now, as far as me working off the farm. You know, and the other thing is, when you are around each other 24/7 and everything is business, I wouldn't say it's hard to get along, because Rhett and I have always gotten along, but you don't have much of that, like, I don't even want to say romance, like, it's not romance at all, but like, just everything's just business, and you kind of get into that mindset. And so it's been actually really great to kind of come back to like being a team, where we are both playing different roles and we're coming together to like be a strong team versus yeah, just the emotional roller coaster that farming is, and then have that You know, like when you show up to help and your spouse is not having a great day, and then, you know, you're yelling at each other, and now you got to manage the kids. And that was another thing, is no matter what, if I was on the farm, somebody had to be watching the kids. So usually if I was on the farm, Rhett was playing with them. And so it's been a good, which isn't a bad thing. I want to say that it's not a bad thing, but it's just been really good what's been going down lately. And I'm very excited to see what the future brings. I don't think I'll ever completely be able to be off the farm. Let's be real. But yeah, it's been good. So anyway, I will have more time. What I'm trying to say, I will have more time and more energy to do those fun things that are coming your way. Also family activities, kids activities, and stuff like that I don't know that you guys will really care about, but it'll be fun for me to finally see what I've kind of envisioned 4 years ago, to finally be able to see those play out and have the time and energy to kind of put into those. So I'm excited. Again, thank you so much for being here. This little segment's been 20 minutes now, so I'm gonna get off. But yeah, just thank you again so much for being here. Yeah, give us a thumbs up if you care to give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Midwest Family Farming. We'll see you guys later. Thanks so much.